Hey, everybody.
Hi.
Nick, Nest Mortgage Group here. Thanks for joining us on Real Estate Makes Us Drink. Welcome my favorite realtor, my compadre, my wonderful showcast partner, the star of the show. Like, if this was Mark and Kelly, I would be Mark and he is Kelly. Welcome, Brian Quinlan.
From Daniel's Real Estate.
You got it, brother.
That was a hell of an intro.
Dude, I've been working on it.
I'm not sure I have the breasts to be Kelly.
Actually, you compared to Kelly, your breasts are almost the same.
That is... I'm not sure who's a rip that more on, her or
Kelly
me.
Ripa. Yeah,
Okay.
she's a very pretty, very thin, very small, very breastless
impressive lady. Her age to look as good as she does.
Yeah, she's like 51.
You think she's that young?
Hey, Siri.
Oh, we're going to throw it out to the world of AI.
Kelly Ripa is 53 years old.
53?
She's 53 years old.
Off. She...
You threw that out like she's ancient.
I know, you're right. I'm sorry, Kelly Ripa. Sorry. I'm sure she watches the show.
Kelly, yeah. Your Botox is working.
You're older
great.
than me, though, Kelly.
Should have got a boob job.
At this point, though, now I'm 51 because I did have a birthday. So there is that. What are you drinking today?
Today, I'm having a little tequila ocho.
No kidding. You're having tequila?
Tequila for me, brother.
Shocker.
What about you?
I am drinking the Blue Moon Light Sky because I'm concerned about my calorie intake. So this one's only 95 calories. Not at all concerned about the calorie intake, by the way.
I have to say, 31 episodes in, I've been working hard to trim pounds, and I appreciate you editing me smaller every single show.
Well, I appreciate you thinking that I can edit that well. I have not edited you whatsoever, just what you say, but not your size.
What I say gets edited out quite a bit.
Oh, I'm sure. You're the majority of the editing out. But I will say, by the time this episode airs, which is early June at this point, so you're 6 months away from the marathon that we've talked about for a while.
Yes.
And how's the training going?
It's great. I run a mortgage company.
I don't think that will help you with 26 miles.
It's going great. No, I know it's going to be hard.
Good question.
I ran a lot back in the day, and
that doesn't help.
I know that once I turn the running on, which now that it's hot out and I can wake up early in the morning and go run when it's warm, I'll turn it up to 3 to 5 to 6 miles a day. I know that once I get to where I can run a mini on a Saturday, which was something I did all the time.
Which was a couple of weeks ago, the mini marathon.
My daughter ran it because she's training to run the marathon
with us.
I'm not looking to run the Honolulu Marathon with my wife and daughter at this pace that people mistake me for an Ethiopian.
You're not trying to win it?
No.
That's sad.
I'm trying to finish it.
Okay.
Here's the
Without
goal.
dying?
The bus in the back can't pick me up. That's the only goal.
Good.
So, and the Honolulu Marathon has no time frame.
Oh, so is there a bus in the back?
Somewhere. There's a bus back there somewhere.
Just some Hawaiian riding a bike at the back?
No, so my wife is a twin, and she lost her twin sister several years ago to a really tragic thing. She got viral encephalitis, was in a coma for 9 years, and then passed away. And Tony's sister, is an amazing woman. Not only a great runner, marathon runner, postal worker, walked 13 miles a day as a postal carrier.
Man,
just a straight up 100% ass kicker.
Yeah.
Identical twin. So 30 years ago this year, my wife and Joni ran the Honolulu Marathon. So to honor that, my wife wanted to run it again.
Good for her. And
I've always said as a bucket list item, I wanted to run a marathon.
Really?
Yeah, I got a bucket.
That's not even on my second bucket list.
I know, but it's one of those things. As a person that ran a lot, my wife and I both ran a lot. I want to accomplish that.
Is that because you were chased a lot?
No, I was running from a fat guy.
Okay.
He lived inside of me. My daughters ran a couple of marathons. I used to run the mini marathon every year until we found out about the Derby, and then we did the drinking marathon at the Derby. Average time at the mini marathon is like 1 hour and 45 minutes. And so I always wanted to push that to the next level. My buddy Jay Reese. Hey, Jay, hope you're watching. He's my long lost brother. We look alike. We were fat at the same time.
Oh.
We were skinny at the same time. Now I'm skinnier than him.
Are you?
And we look alike. So people would think we were brothers. Huh. Jay actually ran a marathon, and I chickened out, didn't run it.
So you've never run a full marathon?
Never a full.
Wow. Okay. Well, again, we're about 6 months away from you running it. Because your like third language is Googling.
Yes, it is.
Have you Googled marathon training 6 months?
No, here I don't have to because
Maybe
I already
you
know.
should.
No, it's run your ass off.
Just run.
Run your ass
off. The Forrest Gump.
The beauty now is I've dropped the weight to be able to feel better running.
Okay.
So I will put into a regimen of running 5 miles every morning, and I'll mountain bike every day in the afternoon or evening after work because it stays light. I mean, we live in Indiana. It stays light till like 11:30 at night.
Maybe not quite that late.
Seems like, doesn't it seem like it?
And
though?
we haven't even hit the longest day yet.
I know. So I'll do some mountain biking at night, which will put me into a little bit of a regiment. And then I want to start slipping in the 30-minute P90X, which we've talked about.
Yeah, we have, because you haven't done it yet.
So those are all things I'll start doing. Protein drinks, a little extra tequila. I'll up that a little bit and do some running.
So funny connection to P90X, which I did back around 2009.
The real one?
Yeah. The first P90X. And my son, who, let's see, in 2009, he would have been 5. And so he would hear me doing the P90X. He'd hear Tony Horton on the screen. And so he would often kind of say things that Tony Horton would say, such as, tip of the day, don't do this. So Will had a funny thing. He'd say, tip of the day, don't smash your face, which was I don't know, that always resonated with me, right?
Sure.
We still say that to the animals. Like today, I let the dogs outside, and my daughter has a cat at my house that I don't care for cats, but either way, the cat wanted to go outside, and I made sure to shut the door and go, tip of the day, don't smash your face in the door.
Can you remember any other significant things that Tony would say on P90X? Because there was several.
When you say them, they will be very familiar.
So today, if you can put P90X
Tony Hortonisms
in the comments.
Oh, I like it.
You got to put them. You got to put some good ones in there. We have to have at least 15 different ones to comment. And once the 15 different ones that are in there comment, I'll pick one and give them a $25 Amazon gift card.
I like
and
that.
It's the one that I like the best.
Okay. And honestly, if you've never done P90X, I'm sure you could probably Google Tony Horton sayings and find a list and put that in there. That's okay.
This is what he taught his kid in math as a math teacher, how to cheat.
That's not okay.
I agree. No, you could. It's
I'm
not
going to
cheating.
hit that though, because we've said this before, that like your math teacher back in the day would say, you're never going to have a calculator in your pocket. And that of course changed. Yeah. I used to say that.
But now you know to use the systems.
And then as my years would go on, I'd be like, you have a calculator, use it. It's literally a tool. And if you think about what happens in school is you're training them to become functioning members of society.
Use the tool.
Everybody uses those tools. Use the tool.
Use the tool.
Tony Horton sayings and put it into the comments. You're going to possibly win a gift card.
Be the tool.
The A tool?
The tool.
Okay. I think it's time for shots at this point.
All right. Have we talked about anything real estate related?
Not yet.
Yes.
We'll get there.
Okay.
You told me to fish this out of the fridge. The thing that starts with a K is what you said. So this is...
All right. So we've got a buddy. He... it's Johnny Depp. He was Captain Jack Sparrow.
Okay.
And,
was it based on a real
He worked
person?
in Cabo San Lucas, dressed as Captain Jack every day, and he'd sign autographs. He looked just like him. He sounded just like him. And he opened his own bar in Cabo, a restaurant and bar. It's actually a phenomenal establishment.
He did not... This figure did not exist before the movies, right? Like the movie's not based on this guy.
No, this is what Jack did after all the movies were over.
Okay, gotcha. Go ahead.
This is what he does today.
All right, continue.
So it opens at midnight.
Wow, that's
too
late
late
for you.
We're very old. And midnight in Cabo is like
2 or 3 a.m. here.
Yeah, it's crazy. But they have amazing food. He has one of the most amazing margaritas I've ever had. He won't tell you what's in it. He's like
tequila.
Yes, but then it's delicious.
Something fruity.
Doesn't taste like tequila at all. You
Seems
would like
unlikely.
it's fruity as.
If I have enough of them, I won't taste the tequila.
No, it's as fruity as a gummy bear drink at Tony's. And then he told us, "Hey, we want you to have Mexican Fireball."
Oh,
and we're like, "What the hell is that?" And he's like, "You have to buy this bottle." So he sold this to me for like $35.
It's called Kalani.
Kalani. And then we brought it home and we found out we could buy it for like $9. So we were a little bit frustrated, but you take a teeny tiny bit of tequila. So just a
dash of tequila. Of course, there's tequila on the episode.
There's multiple tequilas. Note here, using Cimarron Blanco. This tequila is from a NOM 1146.
This is the Mexican
completely
Fireball,
additive free.
Kalani Licor de Coco.
Now pour that into our shot.
I'll let you pour the correct amount, even though there's not much in that bottle.
I don't know what that amount is.
Some. I think that's the correct amount. Oh, that seems great. So can we reiterate, is this supposed to be the Mexican Fireball?
This is Mexican Fireball.
So we have the tequila that's cinnamon flavored.
No, tequila is normal. Just a regular.
This is cinnamon flavored? Because that's what Fireball is.
No, there's
Stop filling my glass.
There's no cinnamon here. I want you to notice something, though. Out of all that pouring,
you got
all of that adjustment. That right there makes me almost a professional
impressive. Wow. And now we've emptied your bottle of overpriced liquor.
Yes. What's the word below that?
Daristi?
If you know what that means in Spanish, please comment. You might win another $25.
D''Aristi. Daristi.
So I do not recall what this is going to taste like.
What could go wrong?
I just know that when we were at the bar, we bought a bottle.
Well, that bottle?
That one.
A
couple years ago.
And when you go back to Cabo in the future, will you buy a replacement?
Nope.
Can you buy it here in the States?
Yeah, like for $9.
Outstanding.
So I think you get a Total Wine where your
wife works.
That's right. Cheers. Tell me what you think of this.
It's not as harsh as Fireball.
Do you have a coconut finish?
Absolutely,
a coconut finish. That
which helps.
Was very good.
Yeah, that actually helps.
I don't remember it tasting that good.
The finish is smooth.
That was a very coconut finish. I feel like
yeah. Okay. I will throw out. I did not really taste the tequila in that. What? I know.
I did good.
It doesn't matter. I don't like tequila, so it usually.
But folks, tequila is phenomenal. Okay, so anything that you would like to share about how the real estate market is going in the Indianapolis metro area?
I guess I'll just continue to say that it continues to be confusing.
Yep.
Simply because the market can't seem to figure out what's going on.
Yeah.
You know, real estate.
It's a buyer-seller's market.
Yeah, for real. Interest rates are up, and then next week they're down. And maybe even recently we had like 2 weeks in a row where they had dropped, and people were excited, even though they didn't drop very much.
Yeah, they didn't get below 7.
Right, but still dropped, which makes people interested, and it becomes a headline, of course.
Right.
But like I showed a house recently that in the area in which it was located, which was Canby, Indiana, the
beautiful metro area. Right.
This was a nice neighborhood. It's within a golf course area. Now, I won't call it a golf course community, but the golf course runs through it.
Close to the Meijer?
Not too far, actually.
Gotta live close to Meijer.
Yeah, I mean, pretty close. Meijer, Menards, a lot. I mean, really cool area. The house itself was like 3,000 square feet.
That's a good
had a
house.
Fenced-in backyard.
Nice.
Seemingly well taken care of. They were finishing up some floor remodeling that they were doing.
Irrigated?
No irrigation.
I don't know.
Don't
push it, Bradley.
It had been on the market for, I want to say like 60 days. And I couldn't understand. I walked in the house. I'm like, this house is nice. I couldn't understand. They had a nicely finished kitchen. They had the flooring that was finished was nicely done. They were finishing up flooring in the bathroom upstairs. I know that they had gotten some feedback from realtors on previous showings that they had a screened-in porch that the screens needed to be fixed. They have a couple dogs that messed it up, and toddlers. And
which is worse, toddlers or dogs?
In this case, probably the dogs.
Toddlers.
And then in the primary bathroom upstairs, why the original builder put carpet on the floor, I have no idea.
Carpet is awesome. And why do we call it a primary? It's a master bedroom.
Okay, that's fine. Bathroom. So either way, there was carpet, and they had torn that out, and they were in the process of putting the hardwood flooring down in there. This house, where average price per square foot is probably in the $140 range, was currently priced at $99 a square foot.
$99 a square foot.
I couldn't believe it. I was like, and it's still sitting there.
And I see a lot that are in the $200 a square foot.
For sure. And so
that's a steal.
That is a deal right there.
That's a rental property all day long.
And now today I had 3 showings set up by the time, and I set them up yesterday. Today, when I woke up by this afternoon, 2 of them had been canceled because now they were under contract.
Sold, yep.
And we went to the 3rd house, which we still have, and it had been sitting on the market for 30 days, and the people didn't know we were coming when we got there.
So I'm going to point something out of one of the things where the market is messed up. It is not necessarily about the realtor. It's not necessarily about the price of the home or how the market is. A lot of times it's about the sellers.
Okay.
If you can't coordinate your closing, get out of the house, have it cleaned up and presentable, your house isn't going to sell.
Yep.
And there's a lot of people that think, that house, they reduced their purchase price. The housing market's going backwards. No, the sellers are idiots. And in this case, your sellers were like, oh, we'll be downstairs.
Seriously, the house I went into today, the people did not know that we were coming. And
it was scheduled.
They thought, yeah, right. We had confirmation.
Yeah.
It's not just a matter of we had requested. It was confirmed that we could be there. And we show up and they're like, oh, no, that was yesterday. I'm like, no, it's today. So what they do, they take their 2 kids upstairs until I guess we would walk up there. Then they would go downstairs. The house was not in presentable condition for us to walk through it and be impressed by it. We never left the first floor because
plus grandma was smoking in the
just look around, honey. Not true, but I don't know if they had just finished making dinner, they were working on dinner. So there's an odor in the house of food that wasn't it didn't bring us in.
What'd you cook? Possum?
Right, exactly. So, my people didn't even make it past 1 lap on the lower level. Like, nah, we're good.
So, that brings me to a couple of things. I have people that think, I'm going to go with the cheap real estate agent.
Yeah.
I got a buddy. I'm all about working with your friends and family, but I got a buddy. He's a part-time realtor. He sells a home or 2. I'm going to list this. Not going to sell by owner. That's what it should be.
Right.
So that's where you need somebody that's going to tell you, look, this is what's going to happen at the showing. This is how your house needs to be. This is what you need to do. That's having the right professional to guide you.
When I sit down at a listing appointment with someone, I try and lay out everything for them.
Yeah.
Recently, I met with a client who wanted me to list her house, and she had a teenager living at the home and then 2 kids that are one elementary school and one that was maybe elementary, pretty close.
That sounds horrible.
Right? And 2 cats, I think, in the house.
And a Great Dane.
No dogs. So I lay everything out for them, letting them know, okay, we're going to use Broker Bay, which is the showing app that we use for people to request showings.
That's who calls and schedules it, right?
It's usually a text message or an email.
There you go.
And they can confirm or deny that person can come and look at their house. And I'm like, you need to make sure that your house looks good essentially every day that you leave. Because the kids will be at school, you're going to be at work, and someone may request to come see the house while you're gone. You may not have the opportunity to hustle home and fix up the house to make sure it looks good for someone to come in.
So you don't request showings only on the Thursday after 7?
I don't, because it limits the number of people that can see the house.
Right.
And if you want to sell your house, which is the point,
right,
you need to, and I'm not saying you need to give everyone all access pass to your house, but there does need to be flexibility there. Right. And, what are you going to do if someone comes in? And I will throw shout out to that particular client. She was phenomenal in getting her kids somewhere else for when people came to see the house. And you know what? We sold it in like 4 days.
That comes back to pre-approvals.
Okay.
A lot of people are like, I don't have to get pre-approved to go look at this house. But wait a minute. I'm going to make this person clean their house, pick up after themselves, get it show ready, gather up the kids, and leave for you to come look at the house. And I put together a reel the other day. Got nowhere on Facebook, by the way. Maybe on Instagram, I think I got like 2,500 views.
That's good.
But it was getting pre-approved to buy a house is as important as showing your driver's license to a car dealer to test drive a car.
Very similar.
It is. It's not quite as strong because they need it for insurance purposes and show that you're a licensed driver. Yeah. But if you think about the same thing, I'm going to sell you this Ferrari, and I want to know that you're qualified to buy it before I let you drive it. I use Ferrari because houses don't cost the same as a Ford Eclipse.
They do not.
So I'm going to let you walk through my Ferrari.
Yep.
I'm going to leave, clean it up. I'm going to expose all of my personal assets here in my house.
For sure.
You're going to get to go through my drawers and my medicine cabinet.
Maybe not.
Which Matthew Perry said he did at open houses to find Quaaludes.
Oh.
If you've never read his book, you should. But
like he really did that?
For real, yeah.
Oh,
he's like, what are they going to think? Matthew Perry stole their drugs out of there? But he did.
He had a good point.
Sad guy. Anyway, one of my favorite actors. And probably one of the funniest guys in
We
history.
digress.
Yeah, we did. But so you're going to let somebody come and test drive your Ferrari without having a driver's license. It's asinine.
Yep. Absolutely.
And I truly believe now that we're moving towards this time frame in real estate where you're going to sign a contract with your buyer's agent to go look at homes. So you're agreeing 100% that I'm stepping into this market. I'm hiring you and the values that you bring to me, which we talked about in the last episode. And if you didn't watch it, pause here, go back to episode 30, go to about minute 15, listen to that section of why it's important to use a realtor.
Minute 15?
That's my guess. But they can start there and go through.
I'm sure I'll have it segmented out by then.
Probably. But I think just as important is if you're going to sign a buyer's agreement and you're going to get into the market and contract this realtor to start showing you homes because you're serious and you're not going to get pre-approved. If I was an agent, I got to tell you, if I was a real estate agent, I'm not showing you homes. That's like me sending out your pre-approval letter. You're not letting me pull your credit.
Okay. Yes, you are correct.
And if I own the house that you're going to walk through,
oh man, yeah,
you better have a pre-approval letter.
So I will say in some case like that, you are the worst enemy. And that's actually a compliment to you. And I say that because if I know that they're going to use Brad Nickham as their lender, I know Brad Nickham can get them pre-approved quickly.
Like 45 minutes.
Exactly.
Unless you're self-employed. It takes a little more time.
Okay. So I'm less hesitant to go out with that particular client if I know that I can push them to a lender that does a great job and can get them pre-approved really quickly.
Sure.
I will say if I have a flaw, and I'm sure I have a lot of them, one of them is that I'm a very trusting person. And so when I talk to people, I am more apt to trust someone that they're going to, get their poop in a group, as you like to say. And in the end, okay, if we need to go look at a house or two, it doesn't take me that long to do that. On the back end, they're going to call Brad and they're going to get pre-approved really quickly and we're going to be good to go.
But I think that is going to change a little after July 1st. I think when people are,
It's actually August now.
Is it August?
Yeah.
Okay, good. But I say that because I think when you're making a commit, like, so here's a great example, right? Here's where I break my own rule. Personal customer of mine, done a mortgage for him already. Fantastic insurance agents, one of the best in the business. Calls me today. Look, Brad, we're going to look at this house. Nothing's changed in our financial status. Just that I've made more money. Got a ton of equity in my house that you did for me 4 years ago. We found a house that we think we like. We're going to go to the open house with our agent. So they're not scheduling a showing that's inconveniencing the seller.
Good.
We're going to go look at the house, and if we like it, how long does it take to get us pre-approved to put the offer together? 45 minutes.
Let me ask you a quick question.
I think that's a great opportunity
about that. You're absolutely right.
And I was texting that realtor while we were here.
Two things. Number one, the fact that they're going to an open house and, like you said, not inconveniencing anyone. That's
with their agent.
That's important. And then number two, there are some lenders out there that because the finance world does not work on the weekends, essentially. Do you?
What? I don't. Could you describe to me what a weekend is?
I figured that might be your answer. So, find a lender like Brad Nickham who works 7 days a week, because we all live in a 7-day-a-week world. There are lenders, unfortunately, out there who don't answer their phone on the weekends, who might work a couple hours on the weekend, but on a Saturday night or a Sunday night, they're like, I'm good. I'll wait till Monday.
And just because it's an online lender,
oh man,
I don't know if you've seen it or not. I sent it to you. It's a little reel that was the guy that I had on there was to beatboxing what
and he was unbelievably horrible.
Hilarious or what?
You weren't the only one who said that to me. I've seen it a few times. It was so bad.
9 views. I thought that was hilarious. But just because you went online to, let's say,
the Rocket,
that mortgage company, yeah. Let's say you went to the nation's largest Walmart of mortgages.
Okay.
And you filled out their online pre-approval process. That's a computer system.
Yep. It's AI.
It's not running you through automated underwriting. It's not pulling credit. It's not calculating debt to income ratios. It's not asking you the right questions. It could lay you out a pre-approval that then when you go to buy that house, you get an accepted offer, and then the loan officer there. And Rocket's not the only one. They're a great company. I'm not bashing.
I believe they are, yeah.
But there's a lot of online companies that the loan officers are just small information gatherers.
Right.
And then they plug it all in. They take it's like in the old days in the non-conforming world, we would take all the mud and you just took every deal and you threw it against the wall and you closed whatever stuck. But there's guidelines, and when you call me today and you're like, hey, we want to buy the house that we're renting from our landlord, and we've been here 4 months, and we can only go FHA. Well, you have to be there 6 months to go FHA because the rule called identity of interest. So instead of 3.5% down, you have to put 85%. Or 15%.
I was going to say, wait, what?
85% loan to value. But that internet program doesn't know that. Or I got a brand new commission job, and you put in that you make $50,000 a year, but you've only been commissioned at that job for 12 months. And prior to that, you were salaried. We don't qualify because your commission has to be 2 years old.
Yep.
There's things that computer doesn't know that when you call an actual local lender, and I'm not just saying it's me. I don't care who you call. You can call any of my competitions. I'm not going to name them. There's some great people out there. One has initials DD. But when you call those guys, they're going to ask you the right questions to give you the right info to know that when you get the accepted purchase agreement, you can buy the house. And not that we don't make mistakes. Because I had one with Brian, a guy we got pre-approved, and then found out that the information he gave didn't actually line up, and we couldn't close the deal. So it even happens here, not very often, but I'm definitely not, faultless, I guess.
Oh, for sure.
Things happen.
I will say one of the most important things about any lender that you might call is to have somebody who is willing to take the time to explain things to you.
Know the process.
And the people that I suggest for my clients to call are exactly those people.
Wait a minute, is it more than me?
It is.
That's like finding out that you went to prom with a girl and you were her second choice.
It happens. I'm not your first choice of realtor all the time either.
Yes,
I know that. Shut up.
Shut your mouth when you're talking to me.
Well,
what movie is that from?
Oh, I don't even know. Shut your mouth when you're talking to me? I have no idea.
Very beginning of a movie, Dwight Yoakam is sitting with his attorney.
Oh, boy.
And they're getting divorced. And the girl starts to talk and she looks at Dwight Yoakam's talking and she says, shut your mouth when you're talking to me. And Vince Vaughn and tries to calm it all down and then calls Owen Wilson and they crash a wedding.
Okay, you mentioned the two of them, so there aren't that many with the two
Wedding
of them.
Crashers, dude. That is a line in Wedding Crashers.
Dwight Yoakam.
Shut your mouth when you're talking to me.
Oh my gosh, what a phenomenal movie!
That is a great movie.
It's so good.
A Dwight Yoakam reference and an odd line. Oh, there you go.
That's awesome.
Give us a thumbs up if you know that movie.
Please do. That's great. What else do we need to hit on today?
There's an important thing before we finish up, because today's probably a shorter episode than normal.
Maybe not.
I don't know.
We've been talking for a while.
We've had some drinks too.
We have.
Because
this is episode 2 of a one-night recording.
This is right. When
I'm recording this, I'm 50. When it comes to air, I'm 51.
You know, and I feel like that I'm 56.
Anyway, sorry, I distracted you. What else do we have, Brett?
Optoutprescreen.com.
What is that? What?
And I need you to put that somewhere
on the screen. Okay.
Optoutprescreen.com. Even if you're
it's a website?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Optoutprescreen.com. Even if you are not in the mode of buying a house right now.
Okay. The prompt. No. The image that's on the screen that says those words is not a link. Don't click on it. Yeah.
But go to that website.
Please do.
That website is going to ask for all of your personal information, birth dates, social security numbers, address, all of your name, all that information. And here's what it's for. When I pull your credit to do a mortgage, Experian, Equifax, TransUnion, those 3 bureaus, they instantly sell your information to hundreds of mortgage companies, letting them know that you just got your credit pulled.
Okay.
So when you pull your credit with me and I say, hey, I'm going to give you a call back in 15 minutes, we'll go over your numbers, I'll have you pre-approved, you're going to get 4 phone calls at least.
Oh, at least.
In the first 10 minutes of me pulling your credit report.
None of them are going to be us.
And they're all going to trick you. They're all going to say, hey, this is the mortgage guy you just talked to. Hey, are you accepting the deal? All of this confusing information. You're probably going to get 100 emails in 20 days.
Whew.
I've had customers get 50 phone calls in a week and more than 25 text messages in 2 days.
Wow.
It is insane because Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion, that's another revenue source for them to sell those leads. Mortgage companies today are dying for buyers. There's no refinances. So they're paying big bucks for these trigger leads and then they call.
Yeah.
It also happens if you go to buy a car. If you sign up for utilities at your new rental, if you're going to get new insurance, each segment of credit, which we've talked about on the show, you know, there's multiple credit reports that we pull. Everybody has 3 scores, right? 3 bureaus. Everybody has about 12 scores at each bureau. Credit, mortgage score, bank card score. Everything you apply for, they then sell that information.
Jerks.
Also the BMV.
What?
When you go sign up to get your license,
I recently renewed my license.
How many calls did you get after that? Have you gotten
I just
calls?
did it yesterday. So
you're going to get it because the Indiana Bureau of Motor Vehicles makes millions of dollars selling your information.
What's that website?
Optoutprescreen.com.
Is it too late for me? I just did my license yesterday.
And everybody should do it. Even if you're not applying.
Okay.
When you come to me to apply for a mortgage, the first thing I do is I send you that link to go in and fill out your information. It literally sends you into the 3 bureaus and puts you on a national do not call list for pre-screen leads or what's also called trigger leads.
Okay.
It's nuts. I am blown away of how quick. Today, pre-approval, I hung up with the customer and I'm just filling in their boxes to run them through a DU to get their approval, desktop underwriting, Fannie Mae's program. And while I was filling that out, he texted me, did you just have one of your people message me?
Wow.
And I'm like, that's within like 5 minutes.
Oh my gosh.
And I'm like, no, I'm the only guy that's going to talk to you. I stopped doing what I was doing, copied the link, sent it to him. Here's your whole, I have a page that explains it. Go in and fill this out. Husband and wife. It is an annoyance. They're trying to pass a bill to make it illegal, but
they'll find a way around it, right?
One of the thoughts behind it is, and I had a realtor post this recently on his Facebook page, that he really didn't want them to make it illegal because it's a huge revenue source for all three credit bureaus.
Okay.
So if they legally pull away this revenue source, what's going to happen? The cost of your credit report is going to go up.
Okay.
So a lot of people don't know this either. When you come to me to get pre-approved and I pull your credit, as a company, it costs me like $56 to pull your credit.
Okay.
A lot of mortgage companies today are actually collecting your credit card up front just to pull your credit report.
Wow.
Because, you know, if I pull 100 credit reports in a week, that's $560. And I'm just pulling to get you pre-approved.
$5,600 actually.
Sorry, $5,600. And you shop and you go to, maybe you don't ever buy a house.
Right.
Maybe you buy a house with a different mortgage company. Maybe you pay cash for a house. I can't recoup that cost. I only can charge you, the borrower, what your actual credit report costs. I can't. In the old days, before 2008, what we did is we took our average credit report bill, we divided it by how many loans we closed in the year, and then that's what we charged for credit reports each year. Because it was a good average. It didn't. It wasn't gouging or overcharging. Sure. It just was recouping, and we revisited each year. Today's world, we can only charge the invoice cost. So all the people that didn't close or didn't qualify or didn't buy a house, we eat that. So there's a side of us that don't want us to have that go away, because now your $56 credit report that maybe by the time you close is $85. Now that may cost $200. And in 1997, it was $7.
Jeez.
Yeah, not only homes have gone up in price.
No.
Not only your chicken has gone up in price. Not only your beer or tequila.
My milk stayed the same.
Your milkshake brings all the boys to the yard.
It does.
I don't even know what that means, really.
But mine does.
Because I've never ran out to the yard for a milkshake.
You didn't see enough good milkshake, apparently.
Damn. I have shut out the door as a little kid when I heard the ice cream truck, though. And that Kona ice stuff you talked about the other day.
Well, I talked about 6 degrees.
Oh, 6 degrees? Yeah, where the ice sweat.
Correct.
Yeah.
Kona ice is still really good, though.
Yeah, but the one where it's
6 degrees snowballs, that's where it's at.
Snowballs is where it's at, everybody. Listen, I brought it in. I'm going to close it out for you.
Please do.
Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for coming to watch Real Estate Makes Us Drink. Today, we did not do a prop change.
Nope, not
but
today.
We still gave you a reason to win.
There was a trivia question in there if you missed it.
Rewind, watch it again and again and again.
Most importantly, share the episode. You know, if you saw us on Facebook, share the Facebook post. If you're sitting here watching us on YouTube, feel free to share our link, I guess.
What if they took our link and they put it in their Facebook and then shared it?
That's okay, I think.
What if they took our link and put it in their Tiki-Taki?
I think that's okay, assuming TikTok's still viable.
Right, yeah, by the time this comes out.
You never know when TikTok's getting shut down.
It could be shut down anytime.
It's never getting shut down.
You never know. Hey, Brian, I appreciate you coming up tonight.
Cheers, bro.
Cheers to you, too. Thank you very much for putting this together, making this podcast happen, putting the huge amount of effort that it takes into editing.
Well, you know what? Thanks for setting all this up. The lights are an important factor.
You know what I wanted to say?
The audio.
We don't say it a lot of times, but the production staff that comes in, builds our set, puts together the audio, the video, the lighting. You know, there's a whole group. This doesn't happen just me and you.
No, that's false. It just happen me and you.
So I do not have my union card for setting up a set.
Nope, there's no SAG card here.
But the guy that puts together the slideshow.
Also you.
Oh, that's me too.
there's
the people that are script writers.
Our associate producers, Tony Nickum and Stephanie Quinlan.
That's right.
We would like to thank them.
I would also like to thank Total Wine and Elite Beverage for utilizing my Visa card to fill up the bar.
No doubt. All right. Well, cheers, bro.
Thank you,
guys. Cheers to you all. See you next time.
Thanks for watching.